Eddie G from GS7. Today we're doing a quick workout. You can see the workouts here. If you want to, go ahead and take a screenshot of it right now. Here's the workout, a lot of push and pull antagonists. I don't want to explain too much here because if you don't know what these exercises are, you know, we're gonna go through them. So just know we're gonna go to number 1 right now. So the standing barbell press. Akeem's gonna go through the progression, and I'm just gonna be coaching. All right. All right. So Akeem, he's gonna unrack it. He's gonna make sure he's got a good position. He wants to make sure once he lifts up, his arms are gonna be behind him a bit because these muscles are stronger at this position. All right. See, feet's got good balance. Stabilizing in here. Me as a workout partner, making sure everything's going good. All right, bringing it up. The reason you want that bar behind you at the top is because you're more stable. Muscles are more stable at that point. All right. Also, if you lose grip, you can just step forward and the barbell will fall to the floor. Otherwise, hit the top of your head, right? It can get dangerous. Back in here. And we're going to show 2 sets of each movement. All right, so now Akeem's getting ready to do his other set. And I'm just watching him right here, making sure everything's good, his feet are good. And Akeem recently kind of messed up his biceps, so I'm just kind of watching him. All right. All right, 2 more. Let's go. You can see it was a good set for Akeem. He had control, he had balance. You know, he hasn't done this type of presses in a while, so you know, as a coach, you don't want to try to, you know, stop the people you're training from doing the activity, doing the exercise. Some coaches try to be too much of a perfectionist. They're like, oh, it's gotta be like this, gotta be like that. Just have the person keep doing the workout, keep doing the movement. They can only get better, you know. We'll talk about that once we go back and watch the video. Hey, you know, it could have been like this, could have been like that. Oh, I see what you're saying, and it progresses that way. Instead, if you're a coach and you have your people you're coaching, it's like, oh, do it this way, do it that. After a while, they get so discouraged, they don't want to do the movement. So I just want to keep that in mind as we're going along. So we're going to go to the next one now. It's going to be lat pull downs. All right. All right, so Akeem's done with the standing barbell press. Remember, again, we're just showing you 2 sets of each. Now he's doing lat pull downs. Then with the lat pull downs, you want to be in control of the movement the whole time. So go ahead, Akeem's going to do about 10 reps. There you go. See, he is going back a little bit, but not too far back. You don't want to come way back. Unless it's going real heavy, then you can do a few reps like that. Right? There you go. He's getting a good stretch. Remember, that part is just as important as the positive. So that's the negative part of the set. When he's letting the weight go. And when he's squeezing his muscles. So this part right here, he's squeezing the muscles. That'll be your positive part of the set, or concentric. But the other part, where he's controlling, that's the negative. It's also called the eccentric, if you want to get technical. But either way, you want to control both aspects. You want to squeeze your muscles at the end of the motion, and you want to control the weight the whole time. And you don't want to be swinging. You can swing once or twice if you get the weight gets real heavy, but you don't want to do too much swinging. All right. So there's one of the sets. He's gonna rest for maybe a minute or 2, and do another set. All right. So Akeem's gotten his rest, and when you got a rest, you have to, you know, kind of refill your muscles with the energy needed for the next set. There you go. Again, you can see the full control of the weight. And again, you can lean a little bit back as long as it's controlled. If you're in control of it, you're going to be all right. There you go. That's it. Good job. Remember, he's breathing. As you're squeezing the muscles, he's breathing out. As the muscles are getting longer or stretching, as he's letting the weight go back up, he's breathing in and then breathing out as he's squeezing. Good set. A little stretch in between. You know, the main thing is just to do the workout. Be in control of the motion. Look, if you can control the weight the whole time, if you're not swinging, if you're not ego lifting, you know, it's not a weight where you can't even do 5 reps. A little bit too heavy. Unless you're going for strength and you know how to control it. But not on the lat pull down. Those 5 times 5 for your basic movements, your barbell rolls, your bench presses, your squats, your deadlifts. You know, your lat pull downs, your curls and stuff like that. You want to shoot for 8 to 12 reps. 10 reps is a good number to get and control the motion. But if he was able to get to 20 reps and the weight's light, just letting you guys know a little bit of tips so you guys are starting back out with your workout. Again, this video is intended for like a beginner or like a, you know, an intermediate lifter. Probably somebody super advanced already has their routines, they know what they're doing. So this is for most people in America or most people in the world. You know, not everybody's an advanced power lifter. So that's why I'm doing this video. I hope if you like them, give them a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, and I can't thank you enough if you do. All right. All right, so you see now Akeem is doing cable crossovers. I don't got the crossover machines like they do them with the gym, but he's in a good athletic position right in here, and he's rolling. You can see his arms starting out here, and as he's rolling down, it is kind of coming and working a bit of that anterior chest as well. You know, it's working the whole chest, but it's kind of specifically working the middle part, the cable crossover, and it's also challenging his stability because you got to get in a good athletic position because that thing wants to rotate him. See how he did there? When he put it back, I mean, that's the only way to put it back, but the weight wants to rotate you. So it's also an anti-rotation type of movement. As opposed to if you have one on this side, like at the gym, and you have this one, you're just doing cable crossovers. There's no anti-rotation because you have both of them. When you do them one at a time, you got to work one side and then you got to work the other side. So it's, you know, like the body wants to rotate, you gotta stop that. You gotta come down, you're working your chest, you're working your core, you know. Everything you can work at a gym, you can do in the garage gym. You can do it here, you can do it at the big gym. But learn here in the garage gym, you know, learn the right technique. And but you'll get it eventually. This takes time, You need to get it right away, but it takes time. So now he's gonna do the other side. All right, we're just gonna change positions here. This will be the same thing. There you go. He got a good athletic position. Now that thing wants to rotate him, but he's keeping that elbow in a good position. You know, somewhere around 90 degrees there. Now letting the arm pull it way back. Flexing the chest as he's coming down. He's breathing. There you go, and push it down. All right, so you can see Akeem is doing seated row. Well, it's supposed to be seated rows. It's supposed to be seated rows. But we went with standing rows better because he's got to brace his core, do one arm at a time, concentrate a bit more on that. These are working your back muscles, your rear back muscles. I don't have to go into the rhomboids and all the scientific muscles. Just know the muscles that are responsible for this. Muscles here in the middle upper back. All right, that's what you're working here, and you're working some rear back of the shoulders as well. He's using the other arm, kind of like a martial arts thing. you know, keeping everything in balance. There you go. He's got a good stance, a good athletic position. Not letting the weight take him. All right, he's in control of the weight. I repeat myself probably 5-10 times. You gotta be in control of the weight when you're lifting. Push the weight down, we're gonna switch hands. We're gonna switch positions here. All right, so you can see started with the left hand first, now with the right. Again, good athletic position. Pushing with the opposite arm that doesn't have weight, and he's pulling with the arm where he has weight. Keep everything in balance. So working out is not just trying to get bigger and stronger, it's also to create muscle balance, all right? Keep everything in unity. Not everybody wants to compete, not everybody wants to come out on shows, not everybody wants to get super big, but everybody should want to get stronger. Everybody should want to get more balance. And remember, lifting weights helps your immune system, keeps everything going. I always say, if you could see what really happens on your insides when you first start working out, everybody will work out. You're gonna control your, well, studies show, okay, you can Google this. Studies show weightlifting helps control your glucose, helps control blood pressure, you know, gives you more energy, gives you a better immune function. You can Google all of that stuff. So that's what we're trying to do, you know, just the workout for people who are beginning or intermediate, trying to get back to it, people who are rehabbing. These are the type of workouts you want to do. Push and pull, using your core, using your stabilizer muscles, you know. I had put seated rows, but instead I chose to do the standing ones so you could see, you know, the seated ones that you use at the gym, those are good too, but these are a little bit better because you're using your core, your body, as you're having the weight here, the body wants to rotate, so it's an anti-rotation workout as well, which helps to stabilize your muscles. Just keep that in mind. So you can see Akeem next move is dumbbell shrugs, working the upper back muscles. Full control of the weight, bringing it up. He's trying to bring the shoulders up to his ears. Full control of the weight, not using weight that's too heavy, but not using weight that's not too light neither. Some more kind of struggles to get to 10 reps. Remember, working the upper back muscles. You think shoulder shrugs, you think you're working your shoulders, but really working those upper back. So you can see Akeem, I had him turn around so you can see upper back muscles working. So you have traps. You have lower traps, mid traps, upper traps. It connects somewhere right in here, connects all the way to the back of your neck. So don't neglect the shrugs, guys, because you're working that upper part of your back muscles. And you're gonna need this if you're doing Olympic lifts like your clean and jerks, because you're trying to get that bar up. You need powerful traps to help with that, bringing that bar up. Of course, your hips, triple extension are getting the bar up, but you still need pretty strong traps. All right, so we got 2 exercises. That's face pulls, and we have push-ups to failure. So now we got Akeem. He's doing the face pulls. This is the first time doing face pulls, so I'm not gonna be too crazy with the technique. He'll get it eventually. But what I'm really looking at, he's going high to low. All right. As you can see, he's starting high, and his hands are gonna be low. I want him to keep his fist here the whole time and just pull back. Right? He's getting a little bit of internal rotation, but we'll fix that. The weight's kind of light, but it's not going to be hurt. I'm having him aim for the bill of his hat. If there was a rope right here, when he rolls back, it would hit the bill of his hat. Just like that. There you go. That's why it's good to wear a hat. Wear a hat and try to shoot for that hat on these. There you go. There you go. High to low. There you go. Less internal rotation that way. He's start with your hands a little higher and then bring them to a little lower. You get less of that internal rotation at the end. Good job. Remember, as you're pulling, you're trying to keep the hand there. So if you start from the back, you're pulling here, it's kind of in here. If I'm aiming for the below of my hat on my forehead or right where my eyebrows are at, right in there. All right, so one little cue that I forgot, that's actually a big cue. You always want to start with your hands a little higher, and you're gonna finish with your hands lower. You wanna aim for about the forehead, or if you wanna put your hat, turn it around the bill of your hat, aim for that. But one thing where I mentioned internal rotation, if your wrist or your fist goes below the elbow, you're gonna internally rotate there, and it's gonna put your shoulder in a compromised position. So you wanna make sure you're grabbing here. You're starting a little bit higher, all right? A little bit higher than what you're aiming for. So you're aiming for about the eyebrows. Here, you're gonna bring it back and keep the elbows on top of it. You keep the fist over the elbows the whole time, right there. You're just gonna aim for it. So right here, you wanna make sure your fists are over the elbow. Now, is my fist over the elbow there? Yes, check that. Checkmate, friend, wrist right there, boom. You're aiming for your eyebrows, your forehead, right there. All right, right here, just right there. If you don't even feel too little funny if you do this. If the fist comes to the level of the elbow or lower, that's gonna feel. You start doing something like this, that's gonna even put a lot of pressure on the shoulders right there. Kind of already, I can already sense my shoulders are hurting a little bit. But there, actually, feels really good. Feels a lot of relief. It's right there. I'm starting higher, I'm going lower. The hands stay on top of the elbows. And then I just aim for I like to aim for the eyebrows or the forehead. And that's it, those are your face pulls. They're great for your rear shoulder muscles, and they incorporate several muscles at once. Always go with face pulls at the end of every exercise if you can. I did do 2 sets, I said 3 sets of 10 a day. And the next one's the push-ups. So when it comes to push-ups, that'll be our next one. All right, so last exercise of the day is this regular push-ups. So Keems is gonna go to failure, 2 sets to failure. As you can see, his hands are in good position. Back's in a good position. Feet in good position. Head's good position. Everything's good. He's just using his chest muscles. Going all the way down, all the way up. You know, he's going to failure, so I'm not counting him, but we can go back and count him afterwards. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be laughing. So why do push-ups to failure? Because some people might be able to do 100 push-ups. Some people might be able to do 3 or 4. So if I say 3 sets of 10, that's why I put out there 2 sets to failure. Because that changes things, you know what I'm saying? So that was just your regular push-ups right there. And then I'm gonna have change it up on them. The last one, in case the push-ups are too boring, I'll have you do like a little type of CrossFit action towards the end. All right, so if push-ups are a little bit too boring for you guys, you can do these ladder push-ups. So you do 1 push-ups and then you go to your side. All right, and you go to failure. So we had them do a regular set of push-ups to failure. I just did a set to failure too. I was gonna be a little heavy, and so just in case some people might be like, push-ups are so boring. You know, I just can't get into it. You could do something like this, challenge your core a little bit more. And you can just keep going to sunrise. There it is. Yeah, you got it, man. All right, so that's it. Workout's over. You can probably do this workout comfortably in half an hour if you do it quick. If not, 45 minutes if you take a little bit more time. But again, it's got to be enough weight that challenges you. You know, just remember, if you want to have the workout, go back to the beginning. You can do a screenshot. Just know we switched out Instead of seated rows, we switch it out for standing rows. So if you do seated rows, it's fine. Remember, it's a garage gym, but you can do this at a commercial gym. You can do this at your garage. You can do this at the park. You got some of the equipment. You might be able to modify it. Again, Eddie G, Grace Fitness 7, GF7 Fit. You know, GF7fit.com. For GF7 for Grace Fitness 7. Lead you to the same spot, but anyways, man, you show love and subscribe. Hit the bell. I'm trying to drop a video maybe a week, maybe you know, one every other week, just to give you guys something interesting to watch for, man. But if you watch the whole video, man, I thank you, man. You know, for showing me love and sending love back to you guys, man. You guys, peace out, man.